Hey, what's up, everybody? I see that you have come back to the channel. Thank you for that. And before you leave today, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also punch that bell so that you can be notified when I release new videos. If this is your first time at the channel, we talk about everything writing, okay? I have a background in writing screenplays, children's books for newspaper publications, entertainment magazines, I, just a little bit of everything, okay? If that is something that you are interested in, this is the channel for you. Hit that subscribe button. All right, today we are going to talk about my journey with writing this novel that I'm currently working on. Okay, this is pretty much my first novel. I've been writing forever, but this is the first novel that I have ever tried to tackle. Okay, and I wanted to share this experience with you guys so that I can help you guys on your journey as well if you are currently writing a novel. Now, I have reached the 10,000 word count. Okay, now from other videos that I saw, for whatever reason, this seems to be the spot where writers either get stumped, they hit writer's block, or something just happens once they hit the 10,000 words. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a curse. I don't know if it's just a thing. Who knows? But I have officially reached 10,000 words, and I want to share with you some tips that have helped me get this far, and some tips that are going to help me continue to get through this book. Okay, my goal is to reach between 40 to 45,000 words. So hey, I want to share with you these tips, and hopefully it helps you. I really do hope that these tips help you because they are helping me a great deal. All right, so tip number one, if you are at the 10,000 word count or 8,000 or wherever you are and you are just stuck, my advice would be to look at your characters, okay? I'm going to guess that your characters aren't really characters. And what I mean by that is that there's not enough development. Okay, who are your characters? Where do they come from? Why do they have the motives that they have? What is the backstory on your characters? A lot of times we tend to plug characters into a story just to move the story along. And we forget to revisit those characters and make them relatable to the readers. All right, this can be a huge problem. Because if your reader cannot relate to the character that is in your book, that character is pretty much pointless, okay? You don't want to just throw characters in the story just to move it along. You want to make your characters relatable. So give them a little backstory, explain who they are, explain why they have the motives they have, okay? So that's tip number one. Revisit your characters. Make sure you give them some life, okay? Now, tip number two is look at the beginning of your story and ask yourself, did you really start at the beginning of your story? A lot of times we get caught up on the idea of hooking our readers. Like we have to start the story at this wow moment. And I do the same exact thing. As a matter of fact, I think I did it in this current project. Which is fine. We want to hook our readers. We want to engage them. We want to leave them wanting to read more of the story. I get it 100%. However, we need to make sure we are explaining why we just threw them in a situation we threw them in. And when I say this, I mean, we can't forget to describe where these characters are, you know, what type of environment they live in, how does it smell, how does the food taste, is it hectic for them to get to work daily because they live in a city that's heavily populated. Like, is what are some of the everyday things that they have to face? Okay, so we have to remember that we have to give some type of backstory, not only for characters, but also for the setting. That doesn't mean info dump. Don't go to the beginning of your book. Please do not go to the beginning of your book and do this huge info dump, okay? Because that is something that's going to definitely turn your readers away. Yes, it's important to do some explaining, but try to do it in a creative way. Show, do not tell. Don't give this drawn out 3-page explanation of the setting of where your characters are from and how it looks and this and that. Okay, that is only going to make your readers close that book and move on to the next one. We have to be creative in the ways that we do this. Okay. Tip number 3 is it's pretty much the same thing. It's don't forget to describe the world that your characters live in, which we pretty much just covered. Tip number 4 is, has your project reached the finish line? This is definitely a question that you need to ask yourself. You need to step back, maybe put the project down for a couple days once you reach that 10,000 or however many words you have in that project. Wherever you're stumped at, if you're stumped, just put the project down a couple days and truly ask yourself, is this an idea that is going to allow me to write a complete novel? Okay, or is this just an idea for a short story? Okay, a lot of times we come up with a really good idea and we think that it's bigger than what it really is. Okay, and sometimes it's tough to ask yourself this question. That's why I say put the story down for a couple days and kind of remove yourself from the story, and just really think about this. Okay, really ponder on this. Is your idea for a short story, or is this an idea that can truly be a novel? Okay, that's something that you really have to step back and ask yourself. If you are truly stuck in the middle of your project and you just don't know where to turn next, okay? Because sometimes we find out that it's really not an idea that's going to allow us to write a novel. It's just a short story idea, and that is okay, okay? Make a crazy short story that people are gonna love. That is fine, all right? Another thing that I have used, tip number 5. Yeah, I think we're on number 5. Tip number 5. This is kind of crazy and maybe something that other people or other writers might not do, but I do this for every single project, even for screenplays that I have written. I will make a book cover. Okay, and let me explain why. This does not have to be a finished product. It doesn't have to be a book cover that is going to, like I said, be the final cover that you're going to use to market or for the actual book. Just a book cover that you can look at each time you pick that project up and start to write, because you will find that 9 times out of 10, that book cover is going to motivate you to actually push through your project and actually complete your project. Okay, because especially if that book cover is pretty cool and you're just like in awe of it, you're going to want to finish that book so that you can actually package that book cover with whatever it is you're writing. Okay, this is something that has helped me every single time. All right, no matter if it's been film, short story, children's books, whatever it may be. Once I have that cover and I have a visual for it, it motivates me every single time to finish that project, okay? Because I don't want that cover, that sweet idea that I came up with, to go to waste, okay? So, hey, those are just some things that help me along the process when I get stumped. I'm currently at the 10,000 word count. and I got stumped for a minute, and I used some of these things to help push me along. Okay. I don't know if these will work for you because everybody is different, but go ahead and just dive into some of them and see if they do work. All right. Hey, and again, if you're new to this channel and you are into writing, if you are currently writing your first novel as well, or writing your 17th novel, whatever it may be, and you just need some writing tips, or you just want to join a really cool writing community, hit that subscribe button and punch that bell for notifications for when I drop my next videos. And don't forget to go back to my other videos, because I also give writing tips for a number of different situations. Okay, I have also self-published books, and there are many lessons that I learned during that process too. So check some of my old videos out so that hopefully you can pick up some helpful tips in those videos as well. All right. Hey, thanks for stopping by the channel today. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe. And until I see you next time, peace.